Hello and welcome to Slovenia for the International Canoe Federation's 5th Slalom World Cup of the 2016 season. It is World Cup finals. Lots of actions happen this morning. Stacks of action to happen in the next hour or so. We're going to be watching 3 finals at exactly the finishing line. We're going to start off with the C1 men. We then move on to the C1 women, and of course the finale is going to be the K1 men. If you've just tuned in, you are going to see some of the world's top paddlers in action. I'm Matthew Layton. I'm with Liam Smedley, Spencer Pomeroy from Canada, and we're going to talk you through all the action on the great overhead shot there. You see the water on the left coming down the channel from the dam. It was built in 1939. The bottom section has had a few wobbles today. Unfortunately, they put in some new concrete blocks just a few days ago. Monday, Tuesday, they said, will it dry on time? The answer came this morning, it didn't. Some things were breaking away. What they had to do was stop the race action and move the finishing line just next to the bridge. Unfortunately, we've lost the bottom 6 gates, but it is what it is. We have to deal with it. And now we're going to see C1 men final. For various reasons, it was adjudged that some of the later runners in the C1 men's semi-final did not have a fair action. That can be judged at another time. So we'll have 15 men in the final. It's exciting stuff. As you see now, their graphics have been updated. There are only 4 upstream gates. There's plenty of time for activity. We saw in the K1 men, the time's very, very close. And we saw in the C1 men earlier. It's going to be really interesting, isn't it, boy?
Yeah, I think it's... There's a lot of really good paddlers in this, and now it's a shorter course. I mean, they've all got practice on these gates, but I think with the shorter stretch, they'll be able to go a little bit harder, and I think it's going to be very tight.
One important difference to point out between the previous course and our new 14-gate course is that we've eliminated a left upstream and a right upstream, so it should still maintain that equality between the left and right paddlers.
So here we are with the first 10. We'll see another 5 to go in a few minutes. Few seconds maybe. Some very big names coming through. We'll be absolutely delighted. We spoke to Casey Eichfield a few minutes after he'd finished his course. He had a cracking run today. I liked everything about it. He's had a wonderful season. Nico Betke is going to be the first today to go, 36 years old, from Germany, been around many, many years, and obviously a very powerful athlete. Spencer, we've seen the start is crucial coming over this, but you have about 8 seconds of flat paddling, and then you come over this huge lip, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. There's a little bit of current, but it is a pretty tough sprint coming up to the top of the drop, and then you can fly down there, and you get a little bit of break from paddling hard. As long as you're on line, it's going to do a lot of the work for you, but it's definitely crucial. It's an easy spot to just kind of go through, be on line, but if you're not, then it's definitely very costly, as we saw with some people in the semifinal, and same with the C1 women's semifinal.
Nico Betke on the start line.
Yeah, if you can come through gate 1, 2 nicely, it's going to set you up well for the rest of your run.
And mentally, it's about 22 seconds shorter than the actual semi-final one. So it's different preparations, because the end was quite tricky. Well, let's see how he goes. As you can see, a few strokes, then he's over the lip.
Putting out his full power there at the top. It's a short course, so we're going to see some hard sprints just like that.
Yeah, a shorter course means that less margin for error, just because the times are going to be shorter. They're all going to be really tight, so you're going to see guys really shooting to cut lines, be as tight as they possibly can. Unfortunately, Nico's a little bit low coming into gate 4. He just missed the back of that hole, so he had to fight to get over there, and that's going to be pretty costly in a race this length. As always in Tacen, being online, super beneficial, but with the short course, oh no.
Always beneficial on being online, you said.
Yeah, being online certainly helps, especially in scenarios like that. Staying upright as well helps.
It looks like that's the end of the contention for Nico Betke. He'll run this run out and see where he can.
So 15 athletes competing in the final. It's an artificial course. It was first built as a runoff for the dam in 1939. Since then, they've had 2 other world championships, 3 world championships rather, 1955, 1991, and 2010. Last World Cup on this course was in 2014.
We saw the kayaks come down in low 70s. Some were sub 70-second runs. So it's
Peter
C1
Kauser mastered the course, didn't he?
Absolutely. C1's typically in range, maybe a little bit slower depending on the course. So my best guess would be maybe mid 70s would be quite a good run. So I think that the flip is certainly going to cost him a lot and probably put him out of contention.
Well, it's next to go from Slovenia, Juri Lenacic. So we expect some noise in our commentary booth, which is right at the finish line. The Slovenians have decided to sit down in front of us, so there might be some cheering. Hopefully for them.
We see he's really composed coming over the drop. Really smooth through there.
If you have the right wave, you're catapulted out into the good angle for the
Yeah,
up two.
It'll really help you, push you right to the gate.
And just mastering that cross from 3 to 4.
And with the subtraction of the new bottom section, the Slovenian paddlers certainly have that local advantage back, whereas before it was new to everybody, but now it's a section of course that he has spent lots and lots of hours paddling, getting to know very well.
We've seen a little bit of trouble in that same diagonal hole. It's quite a unique feature to this course and hard to navigate clearly.
Well, the crowd spread right along on the river right. As you saw a few minutes ago, it's the concrete steps. Just last gate, no one's had any problems here. Just needs to fly the next 5 or 6 meters. Clearly he's going to be in the lead.
Clean run.
Not a bad run. He did have a few spots where the boat slowed down and it looked like he was just a little bit offline. I think that we might see a few boats come down quicker, but for now he is in provisional first place in front of a hometown crowd. That must be a nice feeling.
13 boats to go, coming you live from Tacen. It's the C1 final.
Certainly a competitive final with 15 boats, 5 more than the usual 10, so we're going to see it's going to be very competitive. You can usually count 1 or 2 athletes to push the lines and cut it too close, but with 15 it'll be very tight.
Pierre-Antoine Thiard, also very accomplished C2 paddler, part of the kayaking P group.
Yeah, certainly pushing very hard at the top.
Has victories at this level before a while, so he's no stranger.
There you see him actually lift his paddle almost over the wall. He was super tight to it, but it's worked out pretty well. Into gate 2 really nicely, nice and high.
Well, now, I suppose the advantage of the delay was they had plenty of time to study everything that's been going on.
Yes and no. I think that they've had a nice long break and they've been able to watch some other paddlers go down the course. But I think there's a little bit of confusion in what was happening. At first, they weren't sure if the semi was going to run again, so I think they're happy to know what's going on and be racing.
Really smooth through that section where we've seen the other 2 paddlers struggle. Nice spin and direct here, so clean, nice run coming together for Pat, as he's known by his peers.
And of course, Denis Gagoshinu, who picked up the gold medal in the Olympics a couple of weeks ago, is not competing today, but a good, solid run by Pat and goes into first place. So I say Denis Gagoshinu is not competing in the 2010 World Championships. The gold medal went to Tony Estanguet, who is in Brazil at the moment. 3 gold medals. So the French really have a wonderful legacy in this discipline.
Yeah, they have a very strong program, and like you say, a long history of being strong C1 paddlers.
Pierre-Antoine with a fabulous performance last year in the World Cup in Pau, so he's no stranger to winning a World Cup with a fine run.
Nicolas Péchier used to, 2 years ago, was winning World Cups with Pierre Laborel, but now he's concentrating on his C1. See how he goes today. Very powerful, everyone says.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's going to be advantageous on a course like this.
Well, went over the lip at 9.8 seconds.
It's going to be quite
Absolutely flown out there.
quite impressive to see all of Nicolas Péchier's strength spent over 77 seconds. Is going to be a bit of a performance. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he's literally flying, isn't he?
Really nice. I think probably one of the better ones we've seen so far.
I think it's hard to use the descriptive word explosive for anyone else than him.
I mean, it may not be the ideal setup for the race, having to shorten the course, but I think it's still going to be pretty fun, exciting to watch. And as I say that, I think that was a great example of it right there.
3
Wow.
athletes gone, and as you see, a fraction of a second up so far.
It looked like he almost wanted to go direct on all those skates and just kind of threw the last spin in there.
I think he knows how small the margins are going to be in this 70-second race, and that's what he was looking for, but you got to run with the spin sometimes if that's the way it goes. Very tight through here.
77 the time to beat.
Maybe just off.
Well, goes into second place. Nicolas Pescier just 4/10 a second behind Pierre Antoine.
And it's looking like Spencer's going to be pretty accurate with that mid-70s prediction. 77. Maybe moving up with some local knowledge. Benjamin Safsek, maybe the one to watch today.
Next to go, it's Alexander Slavkovsky, one in Seo, one in Po. Didn't make the final last week. Let's see how he can go. That was in Prague, of course, because today is the 5th and final ICF Slalom World Cup of the 2016 season. Looks like it's in the zone.
It's definitely going to want to go and end the season on a high note. It's the last race of the season, so that always is a good way to put you in the good mood for the next summer coming up.
Nice and high and dry through there. Not sending the boat too deep and keeping control.
Really flat boat all the way through the start there too.
Really classic paddling from him. We've had a couple runs in Prague that we didn't really recognize him for a moment, but it looks like he's back on track here.
That was nice. Cutting the line pretty tight there.
Using his reach across that flat section.
Well, as you see, 2/3 of a second up, and really wants the victory here.
A little offline there. It looks like the boat started to spin, but he managed to save it by spinning the following gate.
And you say the tricky offsets will suit his style.
I'd say so. He doesn't hesitate when it gets into those really tight lines or he's really tight on the upstream. He just watches the gate, keeps his focus, and powers through. So here we go.
Well, this is very impressive. And 2.13 seconds ahead. He's put down what he wanted to do, which is a very solid and fast run. 75.09 seconds. 5 gone. A full 10 athletes to go. Reason so they added some top athletes.
Making for a very competitive final here.
Leskov, local knowledge.
He had a very smooth first run. So he'll be looking to follow that up with another one here and maybe try and find that extra gear, go a little bit harder than he did in the shorter course.
He's looking like he's setting the tone right at the top there. Dropping in.
Crowd's already making lots of noise for him.
Oh, very tight to the wall.
Oh no.
Whoa.
He's actually come a little bit too much angle, it looked like, maybe a little bit too much edge. And
Crucially though, he's about the same time as Swarovski. He came through in gate number 2 in 20 seconds.
Sometimes the
despite
whitewater.
his spectacular actions, he was only 3/4 seconds back of him.
yeah, he came across really high after gate 1.
Especially at the top there, you've got all that water coming down the drop. You can't fight it. If it's going to spin you around, then go ahead and spin and keep moving.
3 seconds back off the split.
It's very hard to make that up in the last 20 seconds.
Quite quick through that section though, those tight gates.
Well, 25-year-olds from Ljubljana really knows his inside out coming over the line.
Not going to be quite enough today though.
Bit off the pace. And moves provisionally to 4th place. So Aidan Sikorsky, 2 minutes ago, put down a cracking run, clear at 75 seconds. Next to go for Germany, Florian Brewer, under 23, world champion, and great hope for the Germans.
Wow, I think maybe even grazing the wall there for Blaskov.
There he is. Putting lots of small strokes in.
Yeah, really just trying to get the boat up to speed. Get to the top of the drop as quickly as possible.
Oh, maybe coming back a little early. Oh, wow. Fast roll, but today that's not going to cut it.
Looks like he did manage to swing his head into gate 1. Oh, maybe not.
Well, they'll be judging it again.
Yeah, that'll be one that'll probably be reviewed.
Determination not shaken. He looks like he's pushing hard.
It's one of those scenarios where he may very well think that he had the gate, got his head through there, and he can't see what the judges have done necessarily. So
nice pivot through there. Really balanced, really smooth.
So apart from the early hiccup, it looks very impressive.
Yeah, it is a good run. An exception of the gate 1 and the hole right after it.
Really come together with a smooth, powerful style really early in his career. Some people will take a few years to get into that style, but since he was a junior, it's been about...
Well, there's an asterisk by the sign of Alexander Stavkovsky's name. The fact that he had no penalties means that someone's appealing on, well, not on his behalf, against him. Keep you updated there. So far he's through, but someone's appealing against something. If he had 2 seconds of penalties, he would still be in first place at the moment. So 7 athletes have gone, 8 to go, 15-man final, and it's Ryan Wesley to go next. He's 23 years old. He came medalled in the World Championships behind David Florence in London last year. This year, under 23 European champion 2 weeks ago, and last weekend he took the silver medal in Prague, so really on form.
Pushing really hard at the top.
Starting pretty far right at the drop, right at the top. And looks like it worked for him.
2 seconds is going to hurt.
Yeah, on a short course like this, that may be a very large difference maker. I think it's going to be really important to go clean today.
The asterisk has come off Stavkovsky and he's still clear.
Not holding anything back here, honestly. Two medal performances in the past 2 races, so I think that he knows how to keep that focus in the final and just power through and see where it ends up. You never know.
He did a nice job there, using all of his power to get from the right to the left.
And of course, with the internal system in Great Britain, David Florence, if you're watching, hello, not competed this weekend, but Adam Burgess, who's a direct competitor, is going in a few minutes, so they're all extremely motivated to do well. Coming under the bridge. It's not quick enough today, unfortunately. And moves into 6th place.
4 seconds of penalties, so quite a fast raw time.
Next to go, the speaker's upped his volume a little bit because it's Benjamin Savchuk, who won 2 years ago, 3 times on the podium of the World Championships.
Paddled
He is.
Lots here, so he knows the course better than most.
Everyone's standing up in front of us. It's going to be a noisy run, whatever happens.
Well, regardless of touches, I think we can expect to see one of the fastest times from this paddler. Wow.
Yeah.
We see him get out of there in under 20 seconds, so certainly ahead of the mark that Alexander Slavkovsky and Pierre Hopton put down.
Off to a really nice start. Interesting to see the split, but I think it's going to be a pretty quick one here. Yeah, second up on Slavkovsky so far. Taking advantage, being on the left there.
Looking like he's being a little careful around that diagonal hole. He knows how unpredictable it can be and how you have to be careful there, so he's taking the time to do that.
So local knowledge, it's not just about pushing, it's knowing when not to push.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no one went to watch the bow too, especially on those gates there. He's a little close to the rock, but gets back to the current well.
Managing the unpredictable. Coming into the last.
Here we go for the final sprint. It's going to be close.
Where's he going to be? And
he's
wow,
done it.
he's happy.
I think we might have seen that smile come on before the finish line even.
Yeah, I think you can feel when the boat's moving well here, and you know that you're on to a good run. And he certainly knew that everything was going according to plan as he was coming through. So provisional first place for Benjamin Savsek at the moment. Definitely something to be pleased about.
No more Slovens in the final. So it's different nationalities. Let's see how Mate Benesh, who's on a fine run of form, does in a couple of minutes. There he is. Very tall, great control. Olympic silver medalist, won in Prague. Many, many victories. That boat just has turbocharge. Flying off the start.
Taking on a bit of water there at the start, but just pulled through on the mark in terms of getting into gate 2.
Ooh, a little hiccup there. It looked like he got pulled more into the hole than he had planned. Came around, but not all the speed that he would have liked to have coming through gate 4. So he's going to be pulling really hard, I think, to try and make up for some of that.
Well, that's reflected in the time. So everyone's happy. The locals are happy.
I think we're going to see the direct here. Yep. He knows what it takes to get back on that podium, so he's pushing it here.
The last up is on his side. He'll be looking to get it in and out really quickly.
Saw him 2.6 down.
Pushing to the finish.
Nicely done there.
The podium, maybe.
Oh, he's provisionally in 5th place at the moment, so that's not going to be enough today.
It's our 3rd boat on the 77 seconds, so a competitive final shaping up, and we still have 5 boats to go.
Yeah, it's going to be really tight. I think, again, a lot of clean runs. That's definitely going to be a big factor as well. And I think he called it. Benjamin Savsek came down the drop super well and was just ahead almost from the beginning. So I think that's going to be hard for other people to match that right from the get-go. And then there's not a lot of time to make up throughout the rest of the course.
Adam Burgess, last year's under-23 world champion. Messed up his first run, but looked delighted with his second run in the semi-finals.
It's actually his 4th final consecutively, and all of his semi-finals have actually been clean, so regardless of results, some really fantastic paddling from Adam Burgess.
Another almost sub 20 seconds coming out of gate 2 there. Maybe a little bit behind Benjamin Savsek, but I think he's done it really well.
Seems to live the sport 12 months a year.
Yeah.
More air miles than most.
I know this year he traveled down to New Zealand to get that extra training time. Had an absolute blast exploring the area. It's like it's paying off to be in the boat every day of the year.
We saw his granny last week and he said he wants to go and live there. Anyway, he's 2.74 behind at the moment, so needs to do something special.
Yeah, coming between 5 and 6, it looked like he might have hit a rock and really slowed the boat down. He had to fight to get back to speed. But
well done direct, but then it tightened at that gate. He had to wait a little on the inside pole. We're going to see him really drive here, see what he can make up.
Ooh, nice offside up for
Competitive.
Burgess.
Well, there's space there.
Right in
2.6
third place.
meters
Wow.
to third place. Already 11 athletes gone because there's 15 in this final.
Crazy horse returning its appearance.
And it's now Switzerland's Thomas Coquelin, trained sometimes in Geneva, many times in Po. One of the most athletic and enthusiastic paddlers out there.
Another really powerful athlete, so I think the short course might really suit him quite well here.
Medalled already in Ivrea this season. Let's see how he goes.
Actually, in the semifinal, he was really nice through the top half of the course. It was the bottom, which has been removed, that caused him a bit of issue, so he might be just looking to repeat what he did up top. Driving aggressively to the wall.
Well done.
Yeah, really well done.
So far, not saying much. You're in awe.
Yeah,
So far, he's been really smooth, running the boat nice and quick.
really characteristic paddling for him. Explosive, fast, and
Looks like he is still a little behind, 2 seconds.
That would put him in provisional third place if he keeps going. So Benji Savsek was clear with
Oh.
74. It'll be difficult now with 2 seconds penalties.
Oh,
and another 4.
4
It's
seconds
all
of
over.
penalties, and yeah, that's going to be 6 seconds right there, and that's too much in today's course, unfortunately.
such a fast paddler, so I think it could still be a really fast time, but his touches will not do it today.
Oh, 8 seconds there. So.
Well, he's not leaving anything out there.
No, he certainly pushed, but
There we go. We see what would have been a provisional second, but 8 seconds of penalties and ranked 10th.
3 athletes to go in the C1 final from Tacen 2016. Gregor Hedwig from Poland.
his first run was just really smooth, top to bottom. Looking very calm in the start gate.
There he goes. Let's see how Gregor can go. No problems with his fitness, as we say. Let's see how explosive he can be.
Yeah, and I think that just shows right there. He didn't look like he was going quite as hard as some of the other paddlers, and he's definitely in touch with the first sprint time. We're seeing some really good paddling, I think, so far in this final. These guys all know what it takes. A lot of tight lines.
Not a lot of risks changing from the full-length course to the shorter course. We've seen some directs, some spins, but nothing that's been exceptionally unusual.
As you can see, he's still very much in touch. If he keeps going, that would put him in third place. So far, Benjamin Savsek is clear with 74.45. Looking good.
Oh!
Just with the tip of his bed.
Sometimes you just get that tunnel vision. You're looking down the barrel, 12-13, 2 down gates. You just want to go as hard as you can, and then the tip of your bow catches the end of a pole. So
Yeah, really good run with the
Well, that
exception of
puts
that touch there.
Puts him out of a medal, unfortunately.
That's always a touch that you really regret. Is, you know, the bow of your boat's not a really big point. When you manage to line it up right with the pole, it's always pretty unfortunate.
Good crowd outside. You see them on the right bank. Perfect weather conditions. A bit of a breeze coming into it.
looks like we can guarantee Benjamin Savsek a medal, pending no inquiries at the moment.
Won 2 years ago, and next to go is the main man, I suppose, has been for many, many years. Mikhail Martikan from Slovakia.
Very experienced. He certainly knows what needs to be done here to get on the podium.
It's the first time we've seen him this year in the World Cup series. Let's see what he has special to show us.
Similar to Benjamin Sasek, I think we're going to see it really smooth. There it is. Keep the boat running.
No wasted time whatsoever.
No, that was fantastic.
Oh, a little offline coming through the hole though, and that could be very costly.
We've seen sometimes like this, Michal Mardikan take a final and come that low into to an upstream, for example, London World Cup in 2014, and actually come back and get a medal. But I think with this short of a course, it's going to have a really hard time making up that.
You can see the split is 5.5 seconds back. Stakowski, who's a direct competitor, might medal. Oh, that's game over.
Yeah, I think he tried to cut the line a little bit too tight there. And just barely turned. Didn't quite make it, so he's going to be out of the contention.
Let's watch Martin can just finish off his course. Only one athlete to go. So what would it be? What could it be?
Difficult course out there today. The most experienced can have a run like that.
It's the last competitor, the 15 to go. Benji Savcek in leading. Slavkovsky second, Burgess third. Burgess Adam was 77.05, and it's now Casey Eichfeldt fourth in the London World Championships.
Casey's been paddling really well lately. He seems to be paddling really nicely this weekend and enjoying the course. And I think that definitely helps when you're having fun and you feel like the boat's moving well at a course. It helps your confidence, so it's really attacking the flat water stretch at the top.
Strong day for the US of A and getting 2 boats in the finals. Michal Schmolin in the K1 final. Very tight on gate 1, but it looked clear. Out of gate 2 in about 19 seconds, so certainly a similar
Another paddler
gauge.
you see jumping the bow over that hole really high. Following the current nicely behind the rock. Looks like he might be.
Well, very much in touch. Look at that, 1.3 off the pace. That would put him in third place.
Going direct here. Off of the offside spin. Difficult move. Well done.
No doubt about what the crowd want. As soon as they saw his split with Sayo, there was a big cheer because that means Benji Savcek will take the gold.
Yeah, and you can see him really fighting there on the offside. Pushing pretty hard into the up here.
Who knows what he can pull out right now? Oh, it's going to be off the gold, but
Right, big cheer. Savcek wins. Where's he come? He comes in third place. Look at that big cheer. Benjamin Savcek has held off the pressure to win this event.
and I think that may just be the first World Cup medal for Casey Eichfeldt.
And it looks like the top 10 boats, with the exception of one, were all clean. So that just goes to show what a tight field we had today. Touches were not really going to cut it.
Well, it's the first final of 3 we're going to see today.
A lot of excitement, I think, in that 15-boat C1 final, and a lot of really good paddling.
Quite a gap between second and third. We had those first two, Benjamin Savcek and Alexander Slavkovsky, nearly faultless, and they've got that extra speed to them.
The Slovenian crowd very pleased with the result here in the C1M final.
So here we go, classification of the finalists. Benji Savcek wins for Slovenia, Alexander Slavkovsky takes the silver for Slovakia, and Casey Eichfeldt takes the bronze for USA, with Adam Burgess just missing out in 4th position for Great Britain. But really top, and as we mentioned, only one athlete managed to make the top 10 with a penalty. As you see, the K1 men with the World Cup standings after 4 events, and it's Vit Prindus, Andre Tunker, Darius Popiela so far leading the ball, 10 in the final, and we're going to see how this goes from here. Here we are, the list for starting 10 athletes.
Isaac Ockstrom from Sweden, first boat off in the final. Looking sharp at the top. We've got a shortened course today, so it's going to be a bit of a power horse race in the men's kayak, but it's a big course, Tacen, so a lot going on there. Very technical at times as well. Looks to be on good form through the middle section. Cool thing about Tacen is that it's the water is moving so much that you've also got to keep the boat moving, try and use the water through these tricky combinations. We'll be joined by Jana Dukatova.
Hey.
From Slovakia. Isaac pushing through the tights there. Oh, picking up a touch. The bow just clipped the gate there. Adding 2 seconds. I think it's going to be hard for him to pull a podium spot with a touch on the shortened course today.
Well, we saw Peter Kauser completely take it apart, didn't we, a few minutes ago?
Yeah, Peter Kauser was on fire this morning in the semi-final. It's his home course. He is the one to watch, one of the favourites. Then we have 80.83, 2 second penalties. Goes into first position, but I'm sure he's going to slip down the rankings. But awesome to see him in the final. Such a talented young paddler out of Sweden.
So, Jana, you excited about watching the action?
Yeah, for sure. I'm really happy. I'm gonna race tomorrow on this course. It's gonna be very, very challenging, especially the first drop. The gate combinations 1, 2 are not easy at all. So, well, I checked the guys, how they did their best in the semi-final, and yeah, it's gonna be not easy, even the course is short.
Yeah, Tacen's such a unique venue because you do have that sprint straight into the first drop, and it's quite hard to nail the drop every time.
Next to go for France is Mathieu Biazazo. On his day, he's as fast as they come. See, he's as quick as Liptovsky last year.
There's his
instant
girlfriend.
party.
His fan club right there. Matt's very talented, very fast, dynamic paddler. When he's on it, he is extremely fast, and he's been looking for something this season, and I have a feeling it's going to be today. He likes the course here. It's very fluid on the water. Saying before his run that he was a bit gutted that it's shorter because he's got a really long paddle, but I think he'll have no problems firing it down the course. Looking sharp at the top. Picked up a little bit of a hit on the wave, but staying off the poles as he moves into the second upstream. Tricky combination here. That gate, the gate 5 is, or for gate 4 is very close to the eddy line, so it's quite tricky to get in and around the upstream.
This section, I mean, for the women, is gonna be pretty hard to keep the boat running. He did it quite very nice.
We'll wait for that mid-split to come up. See if he's in the lead. He's picked up a 2 second penalty on gate 9. Again, I think that, I'm very, very tight on that gate. But a 2 second penalty is going to push you down the list because the course is only 75 seconds long, roughly. So a touch is such a massive handicap.
Well, clearly goes into first place at the moment, but it's going to be difficult to stay. And he realises that it wasn't the ideal run, as you mentioned, 4 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, really fast run time, 70. I'm not sure what Kauser put down in the semi-final, but
67, so it's quite
67. Okay, very fast. See the slow motion action replay, the top drop, very spectacular course.
This is such a specific wide water section you can't find anywhere else in the world.
I remember you telling me when you did commentary here a couple of years ago, were you 16 the first time you did it?
Yeah, maybe 16. Yeah, I was junior, and I remember when I came, I was like, oh my god, I was respect when I'm on the top.
As it should be.
Yeah, it's a funny start, eh? Because you just got the first drop, you don't quite know what's going to happen, and you got to go for it and race, but you don't want to use all your energy up. in the
And you
first
can
few
lose
gates.
the whole race in the first 2 gates.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Next to go, Kazuya Haki from Japan. Great to see Japanese coming through.
Oh, it's just kudos to their system right now. They've had an amazing result in Rio a few weeks ago with the 3rd place in the C1, and now to see another one and one of the lads in the final it just shows how much they're progressing, and awesome work their coaching staff are doing, pushing into that infamous first drop.
Yeah, for him, making a final is already a top result.
Boat speed through that section. You see the boat just keep going, flying into gate 2. Again, these guys just making it look easy out there. The boat's moving. If we can hold this run together, it's looking very fast. What do you think, Jana?
Yeah, when I saw his first run, I was really amazed. I didn't expect it he can keep it until the finish, but he really did, and he deserves the final today.
And the Japanese also spend a lot of time in Europe, so they're training on these courses. I'm not sure if they spend much time in Tacen, but he definitely looks at home out there. Still looking fast. Very smooth. He's staying off the poles so far. 1 more gate to go.
He's still clean, so yeah, it's gonna be a good
It's
test.
going to be the reference time.
72,
Takes the lead
72.5.
Yeah, well
almost
done.
2 seconds.
And
3
he's happy.
athletes to go. 3 athletes gone, 7 to go.
I think it's his first final. We've seen him in the World Cup final, so it's great to see him deliver such a good, solid, clean run in his first race.
Yeah, for sure, it was not easy for him to stay mentally cool, not to have the stress of the final, because he's not used to this.
Maybe when you're new, you don't know what stress is. Maybe
Yeah, you
after
see a lot
100
of new
races.
guys
He
in the
looked very
final.
cool.
They get overwhelmed by the pressure of the situation, but he's held his own and he's looking really good out there. I think he's one we're going to be seeing in a few years in Tokyo.
So for some athletes, it's the end of the year. For some, it's a new Olympic cycle starting. Next to go, Bradley Forbes-Cryans representing Great Britain. There's Franz Anton, who's protecting his second career photographer.
Brad's a paddler I love to watch. He's so strong and dynamic on the water. He's a great guy, got a good personality, and he definitely shows it out there when he's racing. So look forward to see him unleash and see what he's capable of in the final. I think this is his first final of his career. He's been super close in the last few World Cups, just slipping outside the top 10 and not able to get the second run on finals day. But today is his day, and he loves the course here. He's been on it and training all week and in a good vibe.
Oh, that's certainly fast, eh?
Yeah, nailed the top section of the course. That's what I mean. He's got the skill set, and he's not afraid to use it when he's out there.
Well, Joe Clark showed us that the Brits can perform at the highest level.
And Clarkey is floating around watching his teammates. He just made the trip out from the UK to check out the finals action, catch up with the boys. I think Brad's on a 1.8 seconds faster in the top split with a pocket rocket, so I'm sure he'll have plenty of energy for the bottom third of this shortened course. Staying off the pole so tight. You see these guys just getting as much as they need inside the gate and carrying on down the river.
This looks very promising for him.
Yeah, 64, 65. He's going to go under the 70 mark, putting the pressure on the boys. 70.17.
You can't do much better than Hackney. Takes the lead by over 2 seconds. 4 athletes gone, 6 to go.
Yeah, awesome run from Brad. He just showed what he's capable of and what he's been waiting for a few races now.
Well, we saw 2 Brits go in the final of the C1. Who's up next? It's Yuri Medlik for Azerbaijan, but obviously has huge local knowledge.
He has strong ties here with Ljubljana, born and raised in the city, and now he's paddling for Azerbaijan.
That'll do.
Azerbaijan, yeah. And he knows this course well. It's his home training site. We've seen him have medals in World Championship events here and World Cups. And he'll know what Kalza has done earlier, so he'll be wanting to step it up.
So World Championships, Jana, you took a silver and a gold in 2010.
Yeah, back in 2010 it was probably my most successful World Championships. I took 2 medals, and it was the first C1 Women World Championships title, so I was so happy to win this one.
So you said the injuries stopped your career in C1. Now with Tokyo looming, would you be tempted or not really?
Well, I paddled C1 last year just for a few sessions, but I didn't feel very comfortable with my shoulders, so I didn't keep on.
You're negotiating the first section well.
Yeah, he's solid at the top. I mean, this guy knows the course so well. He's going to just be playing with the water out there. Very strong guy, very good hit on him for racing. Saw him out in Rio just a few weeks ago.
He has a big support on the bank. We have seen in the semi-final that the locals, they do remember where he come from.
Yeah, strong support here, and he also has got his 2 twin daughters out watching, just 1 year old, I think.
Well, 3 seconds off the pace as we saw first split.
Yeah.
For the 2-second penalty, another one there, just clipping the paddle shaft on the gate.
Each touch is very costly on this course.
And with the final, we've got such a stacked final today that you're going to see incredible runs coming down.
Well, 3 more born and bred Slovenians to go. Well, he moves in provisional 4th place.
Yeah, 78.42, 8 seconds off the pace. He had a great semi-final run, but just not able to get it done in the final.
So Bradley Ford's Cryans for Great Britain is leading after 5 of 10 athletes down the course. With a local 3 more Slovenians to go. Next off is going to be Janos Petelin.
Janos Petelin, one of the crowd favourites. He's definitely one to watch out here. Spent here about 50 kilometres down the road, same town as Kalza.
Yeah, they do a lot of training with Peter Kalza together, also in the past. They grew up together.
Yeah, you see them pushing themselves a lot in training. They do a lot of similar sessions and work with the same coach, who's Peter Kalza's dad, Peter Kalza Senior.
Yeah, also the style of paddling is a bit similar.
See the crowd's going to go crazy. They got a lot of noise, a lot of atmosphere.
Well, the speakers grabbing them up.
Just taking a selfie.
Yeah, the atmosphere here in Tacen is really one of the best. I love racing here because you are in the start. It's quite calm there, and then like jump the drop, you are in the huge.
The second is how you have the best view in the house, and then you really need to start concentrating.
Yeah, you sit up the top and you can't really, you just see the crowd and you can't hear them. You just know what's happening after the drop, and as soon as you come over the edge, it starts to get louder and louder till you get through to the section where Janos is pushing into now, and then you start to really feel the atmosphere a lot more and a lot more. It's a special place to race. Strong kayaking history as well, so a lot of people coming out to watch. Boat just slowing down a little bit there, but it's got good strong acceleration into the next section.
Way off the pace, unfortunately.
We saw Brad had such an amazing top half. Touch.
That's enough to put you out of the action. 6 athletes go.
Yeah, with the water moving so much here, as soon as it starts slipping away from you, it's really hard to get it back.
You never know how the water moves in some sections, so you need to react quickly and get the best out of the situation.
Crossing the finish line, 4th place. See, he's upset there. Yeah, he wanted more for sure. Spent a lot of time here, and his paddling's stepping up every year. He's one of the great guys to watch on the circuit. You see him progressing really fast, making finals and starting to contest for medals. So we've got Brad sitting on the leaderboard. This could be his day with only 4 paddlers to go.
Martin Albrecht, another Slovenian, so 2 more Slovenians to go. We had the amazing run from Peter Kalza a few minutes ago, so 4 athletes to go. With Albrecht next to show us what it can be done. So it's great value for money for the crowd.
Yeah, 4 Slovenians in the final. We saw that last week in Prague with 4 Czechs in the final. Shows how important the home course advantage is in our sport.
So maybe in 5 or 6 years' time, when you're talking about the New Zealand leg of some major championship.
Yeah, well, with the New Zealand course, the new Wero Whitewater Park in South Auckland, it's definitely going to be one of the great venues in the world, and we're hoping that we can have major events down there. And in November we've got a Whitewater XL Invitational event, so it's cool to see the tour moving. Olympic champs 2012 C2.
Martin Albrecht on the start line. He won't care about that.
He's off. Very strong guy. See when he's paddling, he's just pulling that boat through the water, pulling the paddle through the water, accelerating the boat. He also knows the course really well, being a local from around here. He's not afraid to put the tail down and get tight to the gates and tight to the poles. He's also very good at not picking up penalties when he does it. Solid start. What do you reckon?
Yeah, keeps the boat running very nicely so far. We will see the first split.
It's going to be down on Brad's split.
A little bit.
Just show how fast Bradley was.
Yeah, we saw Bradley just had a lot of boat speed. He didn't have to wait for any of the moves. He didn't waste any time in the gates.
I guess.
And then we saw a 2-second penalty coming in there for Martin. Pushing through the bottom section of the course. This specially designed short course today, only 75 seconds long.
Still, I guess it's going to be one of the top results of this year's season.
Well, moves into 4th place, so just outside the medal. So far, after 7 athletes gone, Slovenia yet to trouble the medals. It's Bradley.
See Matt and Brad playing with the camera.
He's very close to his first podium, I guess.
Bradley?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be his first podium. I think it's his first final. We were just chatting on the riverbank the other day about it. That he's been close, but not quite there. So it'd be amazing to see him pick up a medal. That would be a very special moment.
Next 10 minutes will tell. Next to go is Mikkel Smolen. Wonder if he has any advice from his father, Rafa, who designed the course today.
Yeah, inside knowledge, Ruffle Smolen designing the course. Michael Smolen absolutely dominating it in the race. But no, I don't think there's any inside knowledge. Misha's been paddling really well this season. He didn't get the result he wanted in the Olympics, but he's come out of that motivated, and we saw it in Prague last week. Great performance, and we've seen him here all weekend winning the quals, sitting in 3rd right now. I think he's going to be one to watch in this final.
Over the last 4 or 5 years, he has been occasionally, he wins the heats or he wins the semis, doesn't he? He can put forward amazing runs.
Yeah, we saw him last year pick up a... He definitely knows how to throw. Devastating start for him there, just losing so much time in the first upstream.
Is that what he knocked him out of it?
That would have knocked him out of the podium, but could pull in a good finish in the mid-pack of the final. It just highlights how tricky that top drop is. It shows these guys who are the best in the world just slightly offline, and it costs a lot of time.
So Jana, I hope you're absorbing for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm trying to absorb as much as I can. But you know, when you are in there on the water, you just need to react on the situations, and you can prepare plans, you can check the lines, but then when you are out there, you just need to react very quickly, and especially on this surging water sections in the middle part.
We saw him 7 seconds off at the first split. Has he made some time back? Not going to trouble the medalists. It does mean that Bradley Force-Cryans has his first medal.
Yeah, we're going to see a celebration there and a bit of devastation for Mish.
It's hard to keep the focus after such a mistake.
Yeah, you know it at the top that you've already lost the race almost, and it's hard to keep it going from there on down. But an exciting day for Bradley Forbes taking the first medal on the World Cup circuit. Just shows the depth that Team GB's got going on right now.
But they're all the crowd are waiting for Peter Kauser, who comes down in two athletes' time. It's one of the Evaldi boys.
Here we got Zeno Evaldi up next, Italian stallion. He's one of the guys that's been coming through the ranks. Spends a lot of time in Tacen. Knows this course well.
Anna Totila. She bounced back well from a disappointing rear, didn't she?
Zeno, he was so stoked after the semi-final, and also his brother who was cheering for him. I
Yeah.
think he's very, very satisfied with the final, and hopefully he can repeat his semi-final run now.
Now it's time to go for it. Here he goes.
He's had a few injuries this season at the start of the season, and he's bounced back really well from that. We've seen really good performances at the U23 Europeans, U23 World Championships, and here today as well. So awesome to see him on form.
Nicely in and out.
Strong
Good
guy,
start.
pushing the boat. His father's coach of the Brazilian team. So strong kayaking connection in the family. Pushing through the middle section, it's tricky to keep the boat moving through there.
Yeah. I think this is going to be one of the crucial sections, 4, 5, 6. Because you can lose a lot of time in that one.
Yeah, once the boat starts slowing down. And
That's close. You see that? It's
Oh.
connected and 50 to 50 on 10.
Devastating. Once that 50 goes on, it's all over.
So we lost time on 11. Well, that means that Japan have a medal.
Japan. Oh,
That's amazing. This is awesome.
This is surprising.
Well, even if the 50 were hypothetically to come off, it's still, we only take third place so far, with Peter Kauser yet to come.
Well, we saw GB and Japan just totally attacking the top part of the course and holding it together to the finish. So very fast, very good runs, well-deserved medals there. And we've got one more to go, Peter Kauser. It's either Mathieu Biosizo or Peter Kauser, France or Slovenia. We've got a big crowd here. Kauser's proved that he can do it under pressure a few weeks ago in Rio, where he picked up his silver medal.
Yeah, and yesterday he said that the pressure on this race was even higher or bigger for him compared to the Olympics, because all the kids from his school were cheering for him, and
He couldn't really move around yesterday because he was always followed by a little troop behind him. Anyway, I'm sure he thrives on this. This is what it's all about.
yeah, he's such
Last to go, home course, home fans.
Yeah, Peter does love the fans. He loves the vibe, and he's a great guy. Always has time for everyone when he's walking back up the bank.
And Bradley Forsyth is just a bit overwhelmed. He doesn't really know what's happened.
Oh yeah, I think he's just absolutely amazed, very excited. But it's been coming. I mean, he's had the potential to win a medal for a long time, and it's awesome to see him do it.
Peter Kauser on the start line. Let's see how he can go.
Just looks to be cruising over that start. I mean, he knows this course so well. Grew up here, trained a lot here. His parents paddled here, so I
excellent.
think we'll see a very fast run from Peter.
Yeah, he just plays with the water.
Well, so far, ideal start.
Yeah, this must be a top speed.
You see the boat just keeps moving.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
talked about that crucial section
Beautiful.
before. Didn't slow down once.
Yeah, he's leading.
Just losing a bit of time. The boat started to slide a little bit. Dropping in low here, but he's very strong. He'll be pushing hard to the finish.
Crowd on their feet in front of us, by the side of us. Biggest noise today so far. It's close.
Well, we know he had 3 seconds up his sleeve after the first run, so he can afford a little mistake, but it is going to be tight.
70.17.
Kauser takes the victory.
Well, about 28 hundredths of a second. Peter Kauser takes the gold medal on his home course, but Bradley Ford Cryans looks equally as happy taking the silver, and Kazuya Haki for Japan takes the bronze medal. Great result. Everyone's happy today.
Yeah,
well,
what a
apart from Matthew
podium.
Biosizu.
I think Matt's happy too. I mean, he had a great run, 4th place. I think that's his best result from the season, so he'll be stoked to have that on the last race of the season and head away to the winter time with some good motivation.
So this shows that Kauser can put the pressure and make it go the right way.
Yeah, awesome to see Kauser win at home in front of such an amazing crowd. You see a lot of people moving to the bottom of the course to celebrate with him right now.
Right, here we go. Peter Kauser takes the gold for Slovenia, Bradley Forsyth silver for Great Britain, and Kazuya Haki takes the bronze for Japan, with Matt Biosizu just missing out 4th place. What Amazing result.
Those touches, the penalties cost Matt a lot. 4 seconds, knocking him down the list. Awesome to see Japan on the podium in Rio and then again at this World Cup. Just shows the globalization of the sport and how much it's growing.
And with 2020, couldn't be better timing, could it?
No, exactly.
Looking for exposure, looking for sponsors.
Well, we've seen Japan have such talented paddlers for a long time, and they haven't been able to win medals until this season. So it's awesome to see them come through.
Well, that's 2 of the 3 events to go on. So far, we're going to move on to the C1 women. So, Mike Dawson, Yana Dukatova, thank you very much, both of you, for coming in. We really, really appreciate it. And we'll catch up with you both soon. World Cup standings, and it's Matthew Biazizu with 224 points, who just beats Vip Prindis, with Bradley Fortskryans really flying up there. Peter Kauser in 4th place. Double points in this event, so that's why it goes so high. Well, pause for breath for a couple of seconds, then we move on with the final of the women's C1. It's been changed around a little bit because there were some challenges with the bottom of the course, but here are the World Cup standings after 4 races, and it's Mallory Franklin, Kimberly Woods and Jess Fox all in the final, and they are leading the standings with 1 more World Cup to go, and it's this one here today. And in 4th place, we saw Nuria Villarubla, who's not going to win. And here we go. Look at the start list of the C1 women. These are the reverse order of the way they performed in the semi-final. And there were a couple of surprises, I suppose. Nuria Villarubla didn't make the final. Nuria, why?
Well, I missed the line between gate 3 and 4, and I went too directly inside the hole, and I passed straight the gate 4. So.
Well, everyone was disappointed because you're certainly one of the favourites, and they want to even just do some switching when you're coming over the big lip. It was worth having you in just for that. But thank you very much for coming in short notice. Liam Smedley, you've been with us all morning. You certainly are an expert on this course now. Simona first to go for Slovakia, so it's great to see her at this level.
Yeah, she's so young. She's a young paddler, but she fights a lot.
So you're quite happy switching when you're just coming over the edge?
Well, sometimes. But today I didn't switch.
We've seen that a few times now.
Yeah.
Hopefully she gets up, she can power over. And
Well, that's a double miss, so missing. It's coming back up for it.
Maybe she can arrive.
we have seen 3 athletes do this before, go up and get gate 1, so hopefully she can join them. Certainly tight.
Come on.
Nice.
Well done.
Talk about keeping that mental focus and powering through.
Yeah.
The fact that you made the final is already very, very good at this level. It's just a case of we don't know what's going to happen afterwards. It's worth keeping going. And
We've
crucially, no penalties.
Certainly seen that anything can happen on Tacen, so keep going.
Water changed a lot, and you've got to be so focused to guide the boat and to make it flow through the movements.
So it must be a strange sensation for you watching your friends and rivals.
Yeah.
Quite what interesting is Jess Fox was just below us when we saw you did your 50.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh no! She
Well,
wanted to beat the best.
we are all good friends, and
Well, 2 seconds penalties coming on here.
yeah.
Going direct here. Quite a nice line. A little low.
Yeah.
Looking like this specific paddler with stronger tendency to the left side, fewer switches. There's one now.
And mentally, the fact that the bottom third of the course wasn't there, did that change your approach?
Well, no, it didn't change, I think. was just this, and we've got to focus on it. And
You have to do what you want. When I saw you, when they decided to change the finish line, and you were walking around here discussing, you was discussing with Monica quite a lot, and she's here on the course now.
yes, she's Monica from Andorra, and we are from the same club. And during all this year, I've been working with her.
So you're nervous, excited, or both?
I'm so nervous, but she knows what to do.
Again, switching like you.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Whoa.
yeah. Come on, come on, come on.
Touch, but driving the
Yeah.
boat well.
Yes.
She's not hesitating, which is pretty crucial at the top.
Yeah, she was a little bit on the center, but. Venga, Mónica, va. Out, 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 out. No.
I remember doing the commentary with Fiona Penny a couple of years ago when she was with one of her great friends, and we only had to manage to get her. Ooh, ah, ooh. So try and put your thoughts into
Seems
words.
going to be the same.
Well, so far, good time, but 4 seconds of penalties.
Come on, come on.
Certainly when you see the coaches on the sideline and the other athletes that have paddled the course, everyone's got that little bit of lean.
That's going to be. Oh, come on up.
Come on, come on. Venga, va, va.
Struggling in the middle section.
Time costly, but still keeping that same style. She looks like
Venga,
she's
va.
still paddling well.
Ah, great. Well done.
Well, the crowd got a little bit quiet after the huge celebrations. Peter Cowles at 10 minutes ago. It's now the second of 10 athletes to go in the C1 final in Tacen.
Ah,
Small touch there on the
And
life jacket.
she'll know she's been in a race.
Well, it's going to be enough to move in front of the first boat down, but up to the
Goes,
podium.
Villarubla just comes in below us.
oh.
Any relation? No relation.
No, no
Oh.
relation. Just the same surname, but we are not relatives.
Paddling relation.
Yes. And with her and another lady from Andorra, I enjoy a great year coaching them and helping them. They teach me a lot.
Which is typical. Ellie Gibson, the first of 4 Brits to go in the final. So
Oh,
it's
yes.
a stacked Brit final.
Yes, all 4.
A couple of years of top international experience behind her now. See how she performs from Edinburgh.
Being entertaining nationals in Britain. You got Scotland, Wales, England. So many C1s.
Well done. Great line.
And gets catapulted out as well.
Yeah.
Certainly how you want to start this
Up,
final.
up, up.
Nice and patient on the inside pole there. Sometimes you'll see athletes completely stop paddling altogether, but looks like she did end up taking the touch. Looks like she spurred into action a little here. She's a little bit slow on 2. Maybe she knows it. She's picking up the pace a little.
As you see, 12 seconds up. Third athlete to go in the final.
It's a bit low, but
So there's so many decisions to make at each gate, aren't there? It's not no consistency. It's a case of which way I'm going to go, how am I going to go.
Having paddled the course with shorter distance, Nuria, were you thinking more about the mistakes, like that this is going to cost more? You have less time to catch
yes,
up?
because the course is so short now, and one mistake
Well,
will be so hard to.
moves into first place by 20 seconds, 95.31. As a reference, Claire Jacquet went down in 87
87
seconds.
at the front run, yes.
An exceptional run.
Yes. With 87 and Jess with 88 or 89, I think. 88. High, okay. We'll see. We always know that the final, it's always a new run and everything can happen.
Well, Ellie Gibson, as you can see in the slow motion.
You can see the
Yeah.
Great Britain tape there.
Next to go, Teresa Fizorova from the Czech Republic.
She's paddling really good during the qualifiers yesterday and today at the semi. So
And every season we see the depth and the strength and depth of this class
Yeah.
improving.
yes, of course.
As she comes over the
Really aggressive. Really good.
has to make a plan B,
Come
at least
on,
you come through
react.
safely.
Tight line on gate 1, but it looks like she may have pulled it off.
Luckily, she reacted quickly.
Well, we can see there's 10 seconds of space from the top semi to the top third. So this
Yeah.
maybe she's lost 2 or 3 seconds, but still very much in it.
Very light touch on gate 4, yeah, there it comes. So close to the rock, she's actually raising her paddle around, but a direct line, so moving fast still.
The most important between these lines is to make the boat don't stop, just keep the water and flows. Straight here, go direct.
See a lot of paddlers leaning forward and back a lot in that 3-gate combination. When you put your weight more on the stern, then it frees up the bow to move around a little more. When you put your weight more on the bow, then you can keep the boat a little flatter and more balanced. So people trying to find that combination in order to navigate the turns.
Bit low here.
Well, certainly would look to put herself into second place
Yeah, in the second place.
with 4 athletes now gone. Being told to smile. You have no problems there, you smile all the time. I bumped into your brother in Rio a couple of weeks ago and I said, is Nuria thinking about Tokyo? No.
A lot of people ask about that, and well, my answer is no. It's a good challenge to have it on mind, but I prefer to keep it there and to enjoy day by day.
And as a teacher, you'll have to take time off school, I guess, will you?
So, yes.
As a teacher.
Yes.
Well, next athlete, can medal, it's Vicky Wolfhard from Austria.
Yeah, she's so strong and she's paddling really good these days.
See the focus when their head's not moving, they're just looking straight down the drop.
Yeah. And you see her eyes.
You can already see gate 1 from up there.
Yeah. Great, well done. Great line.
Whatever she's
And
doing,
now-
it's worked, isn't it?
Yeah,
Put your weight forward, catch that. Good.
that's good. So fast. Wow, wow. That's great.
Go.
Was not the fastest line because it will be much better to go outside of the hole, but she reacted great.
There's plenty of room, as we said. There's still 9 seconds slower than the actual quickest semi-final.
She will be fast on the split,
There we go.
Well, 2 seconds up.
and she goes direct there. Oh, up, up, up.
We saw her do that in the semi-final, and she did it really well. She's going for the spin, and I think she's going to go direct here
Yes,
for semi.
that's good.
Yeah, well done.
Great option. Come on.
Some pretty messy water in that section. It's hard to keep the boat driving forward. It's your turn. Pick it up here.
Well, it's going to be close.
Yes, it's going to be
95.31.
faster. Yes.
Well, moves into first place by over a second. 5 of the athletes gone. 3 Brits to go. Australia and France.
Some good consistency, shaping up to be a competitive final. No one to go clean yet, so I think we might see a clean run really pay off.
Yeah.
So where are the crucial places that clearly you have to manage your line coming over?
Well, of course, at the first drop and the first section will be will be one of the most important parts.
If this was you and you were the last to go, would you watch the first girls or not at all?
I don't used to watch the rest.
Do your own thing.
Yes, I just keep on the top and stay focused on my mind and on my plan.
Next to go for Great Britain, Mallory Franklin often picks up medals in the World Championships, frequently wins gold medals in the World Cups.
Yes, and she starts so aggressive.
Maybe shorten her stroke a little from the semifinal and give her that extra edge. She wants to really push over the start.
Great, well done.
Yeah.
Same as she did in the
chose
first.
the left option, and
We saw in training she had no issues going really close to the wall, and it's paying off here in the race. Really well done.
oh, so tricky, keeping the space between the pole.
So she's playing with millimeters there.
Yeah.
Well up on the split, nearly 4 seconds better.
And she goes directly to,
Really well done on the direct.
yes, spin there, and direct the set. The next. Well done.
Pushing around here, we got the flat section just before the finish.
Yes, and just the last 2 gates to do.
Well, so far almost faultless around here.
Low up.
What timing?
She went too directly there.
2 seconds, but she can still do it. There's quite a margin.
Yeah.
She's going to
She has
regret
it.
it, but she goes well into the lead by
That
nearly
was-
5 seconds, but lost 2 seconds.
It was a great run, 87.
You can see that people, they kind of start in gate 12, and you've only got 2 more gates to go, and you're starting to cut the line a little. I think we saw that 13, 14, just a little high in the entry.
One of the first people to hit gate 14. It's quite surprising.
Yeah, perfect line to the top there.
So
Yes.
we're approaching the time of the
She controlled
winners
it
of the
perfectly.
semi-final.
Well, given the times in the semifinals, with an 87 being in the lead, I think we can say that was a really competitive run.
Yes. I
But
think
will
that
she
it
regret
will
the 2
be.
seconds?
Yes. It was a pity the touch, but we'll see.
Well, 2 more Brits in a row. Next to go is
Yes.
Jazz Royal.
Yeah.
Maybe being in the shadow of Kimberly Woods and Mallory Franklin a bit.
Yeah, I think yes, because when the category starts, Mallory and Kim were there, and then they enter. But she's improving a lot, and she achieved 1 medal at the under 23 this year at the European. And I think that she's in a great line. So good. Come on, let's catch it.
We've got the commentators holding our breath here. Every time someone comes down the top drop. Whoa.
Yes. Keep the silence.
Yeah.
It was a bit low there because she was too much on the paddle, but we'll see the rest.
But she's paying for the slide error.
Yeah, she's
Opting to
not
stay
there.
on the right on this diagonal hole, and it looks like she's going to go for the spin. Well
Yes.
done.
She chose one writer's option.
Second spin, and I think we'll see the direct into the up.
Yes.
If you can catch this second wave, she's just hit it now, but she did use that second wave well. It can really drive you into that upstream, and less work for you and more energy for this bottom sprint right here.
Third place at the moment would be 95. So it looks like she's going to be very close to third.
Just out.
Well, moves into 4th place at the moment. So far, Great Britain in the gold position. Austria silver, Great Britain third, Great Britain fourth, and Great Britain to go.
Yes. They are really strong, and they are always a reference for all the rest of C1 ladies.
next to go is maybe the most unpredictable of the Brits. You never know if she's going to put in an amazing time or end up hitting a boat at the end.
That's true. Maybe sometimes she's not completely in the line, but we'll see. In my opinion, she's the best.
Well, that's also one of the commentators we had guests, and she said she could go down in the bathtub. She's so talented. Whatever you put her in, she'd be able to go down. And anyway, we'll see. She has luckily she has a good quality canoe. Kimberly Woods from Great Britain.
Yeah, she's going to choose the left option there. Come on, cross the first one. She's on the right place.
There we go.
She's flowing. Come on.
Could be noisy in the hotel tonight because I know she was putting off celebrating her birthday a couple of days ago.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Good switch. Similar to Mallory Franklin. She had a little more space on the pole. She's able to
Yes.
drive the boat well out of there.
Yes, and she can control it well.
Runs it nicely through that section. Here it can get a little bit flat just before the diagonal, but
But she's making it go so fast.
we're going to see the...
Oh, we haven't got the split, but she was so fast.
Looked like
We'll see here with the spin if she needs time.
she might have been looking to do the direct earlier there, but plan B seems to have gone really smoothly for her.
So far,
Yes.
crucially clean.
You can see that her boat is completely moving all the time.
Good switch. It's going to be into the final up on the right.
Yes,
Looks like
keep
she's
the
got-
line.
Oh, really tight.
Well
Well done.
controlled.
What a great
Then
run.
it seems a great run, yes.
It
Oh,
was
well
easily bumped
done.
in the first place.
That's
4
great.
seconds ahead. She's delighted. There's going to be some noise tonight.
Well, she,
Yeah.
she just lit a fire for Jessica Fox and Claire
Yes,
Jacquet.
Louis.
So 8 of the athletes now gone. The C1 final at Tacen.
Kimberly guaranteed a medal then?
Yes. Providing there's no asterisks go. We haven't seen anything contentious yet, I don't think. But anyway, it's official. So next to go, Jess Fox.
Yes, just Fox.
Your main rival, I guess.
Yes, maybe yes.
We've seen fewer mistakes on that top drop. People are really putting their focus together for the final here.
We'll see.
So Nuria, when you saw Monica go down, you were a bag of nerves. You were really nervous. When you saw Kimberly go down, you looked absolutely delighted.
Yeah.
So we have see how you go for.
It's
for
different,
Jess.
the connections and the and the feelings that
22-year-old Jess Fox from Australia, born in France, father English.
and we've seen that Jess choose a right option at the top.
Seems like both can work fairly well.
Yes. You control then the line. She's a bit low.
Looks like there's a boil there. It can kind of like the water can go down through the up, and sometimes you have a really good eddy
Yeah, here.
to the upstream. So
Yeah. She's so fast now. Yes, she was
Good
faster
challenge
at the
for
split.
splits.
Up. Oh.
really good gate sense for Jess. So when she's just losing that edge, she knows she has to crank it back and push up high because she knows
Yeah,
when
she
it's
reacts really fast.
And the other girls, you see the picture looking pretty nervous there.
Yes.
Kimberly Woods put in a wonderful run though. It's going to be difficult to go cliffs there.
a late touch added on 11. So I didn't see it, but maybe a small one.
We'll see.
Well,
The
first
touch.
place 85, second place
Come on,
89.
Very tight.
Bad run, bad. Oh. Second place.
Oh, goes into second place. Always looks delighted with. So,
Let's see if they show us the touch.
given a 2-second penalty. If the 2-second did come off, she'd go into first place.
Yes, she did. 84.
There's always an appeal with Jess Fox. It's just normally someone else. Anyway, last to go.
Claire Jacquet.
Everyone's been improving several seconds from their semis to their finals, and if Claire does that on an 87, then we can hope to see a podium performance from her.
Let's see now. No, let's see. 811. Ah, yes.
Something touched it.
Always eyeing that inside pole. It's really important. You have to always track the poles. How close are you?
Almost like a matador, playing with the poles.
Yes.
Well, last to go, Claire Jacquet from France. First medal in 2012, lots of experience. Made all finals so far this year.
Kayak and PY member. Fair number of them in the
Yes,
finals.
Up. She didn't completely cross the whole.
Well, it's a very low and up too. It's going to be hard to recover.
Yes, with the 89 of Mallory in the third. It will be difficult to be on the top.
That's the hard side of Tacen. Your gates 2 through 14 could just be perfect, but gate 1, 2 is a lot of time.
Yes, because if you did it in a great line, it's so fast. Up.
Now we've seen this to be the second crux move, so just running away a little here.
Well, looks like we know who's going to be on the podium. Kimberly Woods.
Kimberly, Jess Fox and Mallory.
All top paddlers.
Yes.
Well, 50 given on the 8 now.
Often you see some athletes finishing a little bit or letting up before the finish line so that they're not the last to go. Do you have any experience with that? Going to last to go? Prefer to be in the middle of the pack, or?
Well, it comes over, so we do know, we have no asterisks next to anyone's name at the moment. And it looks like famous victory for Kimberly Woods for Great Britain.
Yes, well done, ladies.
Slightly overcome with that. Jess Fox takes the silver, Mallory Franklin takes the bronze.
Yes, and now it's time to see for the result of the overall. And
Well, calculators are going on at the moment. Let's leave it to them
yeah,
to do
because
that.
was
Double points.
Yes, I think that Kim was on the third place.
Kim was second.
I was second, so
So it's going to be. There's at the moment
come on, mathematics.
15 points in it. It's double points, you see, so it's going to be very close.
Yeah, but the difference between Mallory and Kimberly.
It's 15 points. 25 points difference, and with double points, the difference between first and third is 20. Here we go, classification of today. Kimberly Woods takes the gold, Jessica Fox takes the silver, and Mallory Franklin takes the bronze medal.
Yes, as you told before, a clean run will be
There it is at the
I
top.
be the most
I
important.
do believe that Mallory is going to win it by, I think I make it 5 points. We'll have the classification coming up in a few seconds. Who's going to take the World Cup overall this season? And while we're doing that, Nui, I think you're 4th off in the morning for the K1. I hope you've learned something today. I guess it'll be on the shortened course again.
Yes, I think.
So you just have to hold your breath, take the right line, and fly as much as you can.
Yes, I will try it. For me to paddle in K1, it's a great option, and I had the option to paddle there, and I'm so happy to do it. I enjoy it.
That's the most important thing, isn't it? Let's see if we're going to have the World Cup standings.
Can never complain with the replays on Tacen, always pretty entertaining.
Yes. The slow motion images are amazing.
Thanks to the cameraman, thanks to the guys sitting in the car. There's obviously they're told
Yes,
slow
great,
motion. They
and
managed to get the amazing pictures.
I love to look at their eyes, at the slow motion images. It's great.
Yes, I was right. Won by 5 points. It's Mallory Franklin who takes it this season.
Yes.
Kimberly Woods, Jessica Fox, Victoria Woolford, Claire Jacquet, New Moon. You better believe you've slipped down a little bit,
Yes.
but you're still a great champion in our eyes anyway.
Well, it's been a great season for me, and I'm happy. I've got a lot of things to learn and to improve, so I think that that's the most important, to keep working.
Well, thanks so much for jumping off the water. We grabbed you straight away and said you come in, and obviously as an ambassador, as wanting to give us the benefit of your experience, you certainly let us know what's going on. So thank you so much for that. Hopefully we can.
Thank you for
We
that
look forward
option.
to seeing you tomorrow morning. Watch you on the day. So Liam, you had a long shift today. Thanks so much for giving you the
Thank you for having
benefit
me.
of your experience. And we'll be watching you anyway tomorrow, and we'll catch up with you next time. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you are watching, we're going. It's 2 o'clock now, Central European time. We're going to watch the Canoe slalom cross. It comes in 2 hours time, so 4 o'clock. That's going to be very exciting, watching the athletes dive off the top bridge. Watch us on social media, give us your feedback. Thank you so much all for tuning in. And the semi-finals of the K1 women, the C2 men, will be tomorrow. And we thank you so much. Take care. See you all.